minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
Supreme Jasmine is premium.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. All smiles today at Patriots OTAs with the newly acquired A.J. Brown on the field for the first time with his teammates. Speaking to the media, the star receiver said he is still in awe of the trade that sent him from Philadelphia to New England.
Caught myself one point in practice, wasn't paying attention because I was like, dang, I'm a Patriot, and just trying to take it all in as much as I can. Obviously, I got back to work quickly, but it's levels to it, and like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's obviously, I know this ain't heaven, but it's close to it.
Patriots receiver A.J. Brown. An explanation today of the Myles Garrett trade from Browns GM Andrew Berry said he didn't seriously consider trading the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year to the Rams until L.A. included linebacker Jared Verse in the deal. Verse, a huge part of the return and a perfect DNA match for Cleveland's attacking front, according to Berry. Golden Knights visit the Hurricanes tonight, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, 8 Eastern on ABC. The Blue Jackets' Zach Werenski won the Norris Trophy, given to the NHL's top all-around defenseman.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday, everyone will focus on Wemby versus Jalen Brunson, but I'll tell you why the NBA Finals will be defined by the role players. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Make it music. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. The head coach of the Little Rock Trojans, Chris Curry, our guy, back for some AFR karma in 1 hour. We'll talk to John Stinchcomb in hour 3. A lot to do. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
SEC spring meetings were last week. Verge Ausberry took part for the first time as LSU's athletic director. Did a wide-ranging interview with our buddy Jacques Doucet from WAFB and talked about his first trip to SEC spring meetings as AD.
They went well. We have a lot of work to do, though. A lot of work to do with football scheduling, a lot of work to do with how things are going to look in the future for the SEC and how we're going to look and how does it help our athletic department. So there will be more meetings, I feel, coming in after that one. This is my first meeting in the new world. The world has changed on us drastically. While I was in that meeting, there was a Senate bill that came out at the time, and we're still reviewing that to see the good and the bad of a bill. It's 111 pages. So those are the type of things that happen at my first meeting as athletic director.
So we're going to break down. There's a lot of ground that Verge and Jacques covered, and these are Verge's first public comments on some of these things that I want to dive into. So we'll break it down and talk about throughout the show. Next hour, we'll spend some time talking about football specifically and the football team and bringing back Coach O. In hour 3, rev share, baseball, the basketball, veteran transfer guys, the international guys, all that. So Verge got into all that. So we're going to break it down as we move throughout the show. Maybe the most pertinent thing is the future of football scheduling. And I think it's relevant because Verge did that for 2 decades. Like, that was his job. He was LSU senior associate AD in charge of football scheduling. He's the guy that put together all the football schedules. Well, now we're in this really important landmark, seismic shifting time of college football where everybody's trying to decide what to do with football scheduling. The SEC has this Power 4 mandate, and they just went to 9 league games. It was always thought that the only way the SEC would go to 9 league games was two things. Number one, TV partner had to agree to pay him more money, which ESPN is apparently going to do. And number two, an expanded college football playoff, because you didn't want to make your schedule more difficult to create more hurdles for your teams to get in. Well, now, the last 3 years, not only has a Big Ten team won the championship, but an SEC team hasn't even made it to the game the last 3 years. And Verge Ausberry appropriately pointed out something about the last 3 national champions and their schedules.
We want to give ourselves the advantage. Playing 9 SEC games, that is tough. When you play 9 SEC games and play a Power 4 opponent, that makes our schedule complicated. When you look at the Big Ten this year, they played the 9 conference games, but they didn't play a Power 4 opponent. Mm-hmm. In fact, the last 3 national champions didn't do that from the Big Ten. So those are things, we always look at how we give our conference a competitive advantage and how we give our institutions competitive advantages. So those type of things that we're looking at trying to decide with this football scheduling.
Okay, I want to be very clear because I am someone who sits here and pounds the table and says I want to get rid of garbage cupcake games. And I can say this a million different times, but it's not always going to resonate, so I have to say it 1,000,001. I never want to see garbage cupcake games ever again. I want to see Power 4 teams play only Power 4 every week. However, there is no sense in being the only school or league to do that. You are cutting off your nose to spite your face. You are voluntarily giving yourself a disadvantage. I want to see that, but only if everyone does it. Here's what I mean. Last year, Indiana won the national championship. Their non-conference schedule was Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. Nationally, their strength of schedule before the postseason, remember, you go play 16 games, Big Ten championship game, ranked teams in the playoffs, your strength of schedule is going to go up. I'm talking about regular season. Indiana's regular season strength of schedule was 38th. 2024 Ohio State wins the national championship. Their non-conference, Akron, Western Michigan, Marshall. Their strength of schedule in the regular season was 57th. 2023 Michigan, their non-conference schedule, East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green. Their strength of schedule in the regular season, 51st. Noticing a trend? Lane Kiffin, in the interview a couple of weeks ago on Pardon My Take, talked about his non-conference scheduling philosophy at Ole Miss. Remember, he was at the Little Runt School. The Little Runt School. Win 8 games a year, they build a statue for you. This was Lane Kiffin talking about his approach to scheduling at Ole Miss for 6 years.
You know, that's why I've always been a proponent to stay at 8 games and let us make our own, whoever we want to play in non-conference. Don't tell us who we have to play.
Right.
And we would do the model of the last place I was just at. Look at we went 20-0 in non-conference regular season games at Ole Miss. 20-0. We didn't play any of them big openers. This place went in a 4-year span, lost 3 or 4 openers.
Yeah, they played hard games at the openers.
So you play, that's so great, whatever. Well, you don't get rewarded for it because it's not worth it enough in the strength. But also, that schedule where half your games you don't have to get up for, it's a mental toll that you got to play when you're getting up for. Plus, also, man, your good players are out by the fourth quarter. So your play count at the end of the year is less.
You heard what he said in the middle of that? You don't get rewarded for playing the tough game. Oh, pat on the back, great, you scheduled the game. You don't get rewarded for it. So why play it? That's the point he's making. The goal is to win a championship. 5 years, 10 years, 50 years from now, nobody's going to look back at Indiana and go, man, great team, but they played Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. No, they're going to remember kicking the crap out of Indiana or out of Alabama in the Rose Bowl and winning the national championship. That's what you're going to remember. You remember who LSU, hey, do you remember who LSU played in the non-conference in 2003? I do, because I was at all the games. 2007? They played Virginia Tech that year. But still, the point being, nobody cares. It's about winning the last game. So set yourself up to get to the last game. That's the problem. So Verge was asked about the future of that Power 4 mandate in the SEC.
Well, we don't know. There's a lot of plans that we have out there that we're looking at. Decide, if we keep playing a powerful opponent, say it's 9 games, the SEC championship on the back end. So there's a lot of things we discuss, and we didn't finalize anything. I think that's why the rest of this summer we'll be meeting with our colleagues in the conference, with the presidents, to try to figure out how it's going to look, how many games are going to be, how the CFP going to look. There's a lot of things to determine in that before we make a decision if we're going to play a powerful opponent or not. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're just going to step back. I think we'll have some meetings here coming up really soon with athletic directors, trying to determine how we're going to go forward with football scheduling.
This is real easy. The Big Ten plays 9 league games without a Power 4 mandate. The SEC needs to, if you're going to stay at 9 league games, remove the Power 4 mandate. Choose who you want to play. If the Big Ten puts in a Power 4 mandate, cool. Keep playing a Power 4 non-conference game. Now, I want to see it. As a football fan, I don't want to see garbage. But what I want more than anything is my team to make the playoff and win a championship. And including a Power 4 mandate and a 9-game schedule makes it more difficult because you have mathematics. I'm not good at math, as we know. You have mathematically guaranteed half of your league another loss. You made it more difficult to make it to the playoff because in a 12-team format with the committee, as we've seen, you do not get rewarded for playing a tough schedule. Indiana made the playoff 2 years ago, going 11-1, playing one ranked opponent, and they got their head kicked in by Ohio State. That's it. And they made it in. Why? Because they're 11-1. And the committee's a bunch of weak-minded sheep that only look at the lowest common denominator. Where's your record? Okay, you're in. So, they want a pretty record? Give them a pretty record. All right. Got a lot to talk about. And we'll dive into all of it today. Chris Curry will be here at the start of next hour. He's the head coach at Little Rock. The Little Rock Trojans will be taking on the Troy Trojans in Super Regionals. Excited to have Coach Curry back on the show. John Stinchcomb will be here in hour 3. Our show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU, the official beer of the New Orleans Saints. Summer's here, pool days, beach days. If you're enjoying a little fun in the sun, make sure you drink responsibly, but drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of the Tigers, the official beer of the Saints, the official beer of AFR, and the official beer of summertime. So be it at the pool, at the beach, at your favorite restaurant, watering hole, ask for it by name. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Okay, Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara. Olave spoke about his contract situation. Kamara's agent updated Alvin's contract situation with the Saints as OTAs are continuing right now. We'll get you those updates when we continue on AFR, powered by Sunshine.
AFR.
You're a business owner and you're hiring, or if you're an HR manager, a hiring manager, an operations manager, if you're the person in your business responsible for making sure the right people in the business are in the right seats on the bus, Glow Resources can help you do it. And it really doesn't matter what type of business it is that you're hiring for. If it's skilled blue-collar labor, if it's any type of office job. Remember, I've told you this before, but how about this? Here's a pavement milling machine operator in New Orleans. Again, outside of Baton Rouge as well. A material handling and production technician in Baton Rouge. Design engineers in Bay Springs, Mississippi. Bilingual field engineer who speaks both Korean and English for a job in Baton Rouge. Point is, if you're hiring for any job, Glow Resources can help you find the right people for that job. GLO. GlowResources.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized, it'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Glad you're rolling along with us here. We always appreciate our friends over at Sunshine, sunequip.com, sunequip.com. Bunky and below, you want a Deere, you're going to Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Two Saints premier offensive players who are in sort of tenuous contract situations that we've been following this offseason, of course, are Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave. Both we have brief updates on their situations. We'll start with Kamara, then go to Olave. It is interesting because Alvin Kamara's agent has kind of given an update on Alvin and that contract situation. And notably, he says that they expect to be playing for the New Orleans Saints this year. And I don't know that Alvin Kamara necessarily would think anything differently, but Brad Sakala told Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network, quote, "We plan on playing for the Saints in 2026. Garafolo's update after Jeremy Fowler reported Sunday on SportsCenter that there hasn't been a lot of traction yet on the Saints' direction with Kamara, but there is some interest on potentially coming back there. Maybe they can do a revised deal." So remember, Kellen Moore on Thursday, during his media availability from OTAs, was asked about Kamara. This is what he said. Okay. We're going to get to Kellen Moore and Mickey Loomis, who both had updates on this situation.
Yeah, I don't think we put timelines on any of this stuff. We're just kind of working through the roster. And again, this time of year, there's, some of these guys, they traditionally haven't come this time of year, which is, as part of their kind of rhythm and routine as far as the offseason program. And so we'll just continue to work through that.
I don't know what you'd really be working through. This isn't anything new. Like, we know the situation is what it is. Either you're going to do a deal or you're not. Kamara is under contract. Remember, they restructured his deal. So it really is a matter, I think, of do you want him on the team or do you feel like you have a better option than Kamara at running back? Mickey Loomis was asked, this was back on May 18th, what is undetermined about Kamara's status right now?
We're just trying to see how he's going to fit in our roster, and obviously there's a resource management element to it, and we'll get to that over the next week or two.
So next week or two, that was May 18th. We're beyond the next week or two now with Kamara's situation. Remember, he signed a 2-year extension worth $24 million, and the Saints did, in fact, restructure. They used a seldom-used restructuring mechanism this offseason to redo Kamara's deal, whereby if you look at the way the deal is structured right now, his base will be $1.3 million. The restructured $5.9. The cap hit for this year at $10.4. It's a matter of, it really is going to be a matter of if the Saints feel like he is the best option to back up Achin on this year's team. And if they do, he'll be there. Like, this was another back and forth that Loomis had with a reporter about the finances in Kamara's deal.
Does he currently have a decision to make on like a revamped contract or something?
No, not currently, no.
So with OTAs starting next week, is that a deadline to try and figure out who's on the roster? And who's not?
That creates a little bit of a deadline, yes. But it's not hard and fast.
And you mentioned resource management. Is that about the contract?
Yeah, sure, certainly, yeah. It's about how we manage our cap, and we'll get to that.
It's just so weird and so ambiguous because Kamara is under contract. They did a very rarely used restructure, which they would not have gone to the lengths they did without anticipating a change. And only $3 million of Kamara's 11.5 base was set to be guaranteed. So now, when you look at the $10.1 million restructure, how is that going to be implemented? So that's what Loomis is being very coy about there. The news, the update, is that Kamara's agent says Alvin expects to be playing for the New Orleans Saints this year. I don't know if there's a better option. Now, we all expect Chris Olave will be playing for the New Orleans Saints. The question is, will he be playing for the Saints this year under a new contract, or will he be playing under the final year as the Saints exercise the fifth-year option for Olave's rookie deal? So Olave's going into year 5, coming off a career season. Going into this year, they would certainly love to, Olave's side, would love to get a restructured contract done. And very briefly, Thursday at OTAs talked about how the extension talks have gone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're on the same page. It's going in the right direction. We've been talking for a few months, so we just got to get to that point where we agree to a deal.
So one thing that Olave was clear about is he does not expect to hold out during training camp while waiting on a new deal.
Like I said, I'm committed to winning, man. We haven't been winning here these past 4 years since I've been here. One player doesn't really affect the game. It's always they're always looking for somebody to replace you. So I'm committed to winning, first of all, and I feel like I'm a team player. The contract is a whole different side of the game. It's the business side. So I feel like we're going to come down to that before training camp. I hope we do, so we don't affect the chemistry and stuff going into training camp. But I think it's going to get done soon.
The most interesting part about this from the Olave perspective, very clearly, is that you have Olave's camp and the Saints camp not agreeing on his value. That much is clear, because if they did agree on Olave's value, that would be done already. We've talked about this enough over the last year, really, and I think you probably know where I stand on it. Spotrac, just one source, but they put out the market value for Olave at $33 million, and the deal being 4 years, $131.8 million, an average annual salary of $32.9 million. So basically $33 million average annual salary. The comps, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, is kind of how they calculate that value. Currently, on his rookie deal, Chris Olave is the 52nd highest paid receiver in the NFL. And I think we can all agree that Olave should be paid higher than the 52nd highest paid receiver in the NFL. While I do not believe Chris Olave is one of the top 10 or 15 best receivers in the NFL, I do believe he's somewhere in that next tier. And so when you look at how how those receivers are paid, that new deal, if he gets a deal like we just talked about there, at an average annual salary of $33 million, that would make him the 6th highest paid receiver in the NFL. Only JSN, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and DK Metcalf would be paid more than Chris Olave. For me, that is really hard to justify because I don't see Chris Olave as the 6th best receiver in the NFL. He is not a big play threat. Very much was a static compiler this year because of volume of targets, especially after Rashid Shaheed was traded. And I think the Saints also showed you, what do I always say, actions speak louder than words. If they really felt like Olave was a true, legit, game-breaking number 1 wide receiver, and you had that guy on the roster, I don't think you're going out and using a top 10 pick on Jordan Tyson. Can we all agree that makes sense? Like, if you you're not going to see, for example, Seattle use they're not picking the top 10, but they wouldn't be using a top 10 pick on a receiver. The Bengals maybe are a better comp. The Bengals had a top 10 pick. They didn't go draft another receiver. They traded their top 10 pick for a veteran interior defensive lineman. The Minnesota Vikings aren't using a first-round pick on a wide receiver with Justin Jefferson already there. Do you understand the point? Like, the Saints, I think, in taking Jordan Tyson, showed you they think Tyson can be that guy, that top 5 receiver in the NFL. They don't think that's Olave. And I agree with them, by the way. So that's where I think there's this impasse. Olave feels like he should be paid like a top 5, top 10 receiver in the NFL, and the Saints clearly do not agree. So where's that balance in the middle? Now, one thing I did like is what Olave said there is he wants to get a deal done. He's not going to hold out. He doesn't want it to be a distraction. They haven't done a lot of winning. He's a team player, and he wants to win. I believe him. I mean, that's part of the culture. One of the reasons the Saints draft so many Ohio State guys. That's a great college football program with a good history and good culture, and guys have come into the league and done really well, and certainly with the Saints franchise by and large also. And Olave's been a model teammate and a great dude since he's been with the New Orleans Saints. He's had the concussion issue, which isn't his own fault, but he's worked hard, came back, and had a career year this year. And I'd very much be on board with Chris Olave getting a new contract that would that would pay him appropriately. But when you look at the average annual value of receivers in the NFL, putting him at $33 million ahead of guys like Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, and A.J. Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I struggle to get there. I think when you're talking about that next, I mean, even like if I asked you if you could take your pick, would you want Chris Olave or George Pickens? Like, for me, that feels like a very obvious answer. George Pickens is a dynamic game breaker. Well, George Pickens is the 15th highest paid receiver in the NFL. Devontae Smith is 17th when you look at this list. Devontae Adams is 21st, although he's getting a little older in his career. I think when you start to get into that $20 million a year range where you've got Chris Godwin and Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers, Jerry Jeudy's down at 17.5, that's probably that range where I'd have him somewhere in the late teens, early 20s, in that 20 to 25 million per year range. That's probably what I'd be looking at for Chris Olave. But when you start talking about paying him like a top 5 receiver in the NFL with JSN and Chase and Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb and DK Metcalf, I struggle to get there. It sounds like the Saints are struggling to get there as well. But hopefully both sides want to get a deal done before training camp starts. Maybe they can agree. Now, I guess there's always the possibility that Chris Olave could play this year on the 5th year of his deal and go and not agree to a deal and go into unrestricted free agency after the season, bet on himself if he has another monster season, which, by the way, is going to be more difficult when you're sharing targets with a number 1 pick in Jordan Tyson. So it would probably behoove Olave to agree to a deal, because if you bet on himself this season, where you're likely going to see targets come down, the production will come down from what it was this past year. That's not what you want to see going into unrestricted free agency. It gives the Saints more leverage. So I think it benefit both sides to get a deal done this offseason, but it can't look like DK Metcalf's contract or Justin Jefferson's contract or CeeDee Lamb's contract. It's got to look more like Cortland Sutton or Chris Godwin. We'll see ultimately where they land. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. You know where to find them. Showrooms right there on Airline Highway in Prairieville. So if you're going south on Airline, you cross Highway 42. If you're familiar with Airline Highway in Baton Rouge, go south on Airline, you cross Highway 42, quarter mile on the right. Can't miss it. The same developer that did the renovations at LSU Football Ops built the Relief Windows showroom. When you walk in, you can see a lot of the commonalities with design and structure. Such an awesome place. And I tell you all the time, man, go on in there. They have this 3D modeling technology where they can show you what the windows, doors, siding, shutters, like they show you in 3D, a 3D model, what it would look like on your home. So if you're really a visual person and you want to see that instead of just looking at a small sample or a picture on the internet, go into the showroom over at Relief Windows. Check them out, ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad you're aboard with us here on this Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Little Rock head coach Chris Curry in about 30 minutes. If you missed it, man, the Trojans, after putting a scare in LSU a season ago, swept through the Hattiesburg Regional, and they're going to face Troy as the Troy Trojans went down to Gainesville and won the Gainesville Regional. So I don't think many people had that one as they were filling out their bracket at D1 Baseball with Little Rock, the 4 seed, against Troy, the 3 seed in Gainesville for a trip to Omaha. But one of those teams will be going to Omaha, and I'm sure hoping it'll be Chris Curry and the Little Rock Trojans. So Coach Curry will be here in 30 minutes from right now. We'll talk some more Saints with John Stinchcomb in hour number 3. Stinch will be here. We'll look forward to that. All right, it's After Further Review. Let me knock out a quick break, come back, go around the SEC. Stick around.
AFR.
REV. Let's rev, y'all. Better yet, Rev Fiber. Go to revfiber.com, revfiber.com, revfiber.com. You know, our friends over at Rev, 90 years of local service. So when you call Rev, one of their great competitive advantages is when you call Rev, you're not getting, y'all, I was on the phone. You're not getting shipped to a call center overseas. I was literally, I had to call a hotel. I was booking a hotel for SEC Media Days. And I get routed through a call center, and I end up talking to an attendant, and her dog starts barking. Like, very clearly not working at the hotel, a call center at home with her dog barking in the background. Like, what service is that? With Rev, you're calling a local call center with someone right here in our market answering your phone call. REV, revfiber.com, revfiber.com.
Raising Cane's Texas Toast is a thick slice of bread, garlic butter spread, grilled to golden perfection, and made to order just for you. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Fabry family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Plowing these fields in the hot summer sun over by the gate.
There's Taki's mom. She's been living and dying on every pitch. Taki in the air to center. Burris going back. That ball is gone! It's gone! Dayton Taki sends Oklahoma to Super Regionals!
That's how it sounded when Oklahoma walked it off against Georgia Tech. That call didn't need to be nearly as delayed. I mean, your guy Dayton Taki pissed on that baseball. I mean, that field was only 390 to center. Now, that would have been gone from any field in America. I mean, but he hit that thing 420.
454 is what TrackMan said.
454?
454.
Bro, that was and play the beginning of that again. Like, again, this is as no doubt and no doubters. It went over the bat. Again, only 390 to center there at Georgia Tech. But, like, it went over the batter's eye. Straight. This was a no doubter.
Dying on every pitch. Taki in the air to center. Burris going back. That ball is gone! It's gone!
I mean, he made it seem like there was a chance that might stay in the park.
Yeah, like Burris had to leap to rob it is what it sounded like.
Anyway, that happened while we were on the air. Not to be outdone, West Virginia with a walk-off as well. It was Armani Guzman with the honors to send the Mountaineers to the Supers.
Into center field. It gets down. Around third is Kresser. Cue Country Roads. West Virginia wins it in 10.
So Kentucky eliminated there. The Super Regional field is now set. West Virginia or Cal Poly will be headed to Omaha, as that's one Super Regional. They will face in Omaha the winner of Little Rock and Troy. How about that quadrant? Cal Poly, West Virginia, Little Rock, and Troy. I mean, this is a really crappy year for LSU not to be in the field because, my goodness, does this feel wide open. In the bottom half of that bracket, North Carolina against Southern Cal, who eliminated Texas A&M yesterday. Ole Miss and Auburn at the bottom of that bracket. On the other side, Oklahoma against Kansas. You just heard Taki's walk-off. They'll take on the Jayhawks in Lawrence. St. John's advanced out of the Tallahassee Regional. Alabama still in the field, winning the Tuscaloosa Regional, so they'll host St. John's in the Supers. Texas against Oregon, that'll be in Austin. And then Georgia will host Mississippi State. So 4 of the SEC teams that made Supers will face each other, with Mississippi State against Georgia and Ole Miss against Auburn. As we mentioned, Texas will play Oregon. Alabama will play St. John's. So Supers, and then Oklahoma against Kansas, excuse me. So Supers are set. We'll begin this weekend with 8 spots in Omaha on the line for the College World Series. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. Want to see 2020? Call 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. Book an appointment. Book a consultation. Go meet Dr. Blake Williamson. As I tell you all the time, they do eye care, eyewear, and eye surgery. So if you want to have your annual eye exam, Williamson Eye Center can do that at any of their locations in the greater Baton Rouge area, including the newest location in the River Parishes down in Lutcher. Eyewear. If you wear contacts or glasses, they can update your prescription and fill it. So if you need new contacts or glasses, they can help you there. But if you're like me and you want to get rid of your contacts and glasses forever, even if you've been told in the past you're not a candidate, it's worth going for that consultation with Dr. Blake Williamson because ophthalmology has evolved so much, and they, no matter your age or refractive issue, they have a solution where you can get rid of those contacts or glasses forever. It just takes the courage to take the first step and go see Dr. Blake Williamson at the Williamson Eye Center. They have financing available. They have so many options. Don't let whatever you think is your inability to afford it or pay be the hurdle. Let them work through that with you. It's the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference.
Texas A&M!
After A&M was bounced, so too is our pitching coach, Jason Kelly, the former LSU pitching coach. He signed a 2-year, $1.4 million contract with the Aggies, arrived before the 2025 season. Prior to that, he'd been the head coach at the University of Washington, so he joined the first staff under Michael Early, was there for 2 years, but he won't be back. Aggies were 46th nationally in WHIP, 56th in strikeouts per 9, 83rd in ERA, so not a great year on the bump for Texas A&M, and they'll have a new pitching coach.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Jay Abernathy is entering the transfer portal. Sophomore at 255 with 4 bombs this year. Played in 106 games with 66 starts for the Vols at both center and second base. He's 5'10", went to Tennessee from Ackworth, Georgia. Instead of going into the 2024 draft, he was the number 61 overall prospect, 16th best shortstop when he signed with the Vols, but he'll continue his career elsewhere.
The Florida Gators.
One prospect that LSU had been targeting is 4-star offensive tackle Kennedy Jackson. Well, he is commit number 18 for the Florida Gators, and John Sumrall chose the Gators over Georgia, the number 139 overall prospect in the country, the 14th best offensive tackle.
The Auburn Tigers.
Cornerback Aiden Wiggins has picked Auburn. He's out of South Carolina. Had offers from Auburn, LSU, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, and others. He's the number 100 cornerback in the class, the 18th best player in South Carolina. He's a 3-star recruit.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
And the Tide have landed a commitment from 2028 linebacker Dustin Henry. That means he's about to go into his junior year of high school. 6'4", 205, currently a 3-star. He's the 48th best linebacker in the country. Second commit for the 2028 class, including 3-star quarterback Charles Scott Jr. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Our Tuesday shows, as always, are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Remember, newest location on Pico in Baton Rouge, right there at the new Pico exit. Check it out. sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. Just told you 4-star offensive tackle Kennedy Jackson picked Florida. And that was one of the offensive linemen we've been talking about with Shea here. And by the way, Shea normally was with us here on Tuesdays, had a bump to tomorrow. So Shea will be here on Wednesday. We'll talk some recruiting. But what's interesting is I keep looking at how this staff is building this roster in this signing class. You can continue to see positional value emerge. Like, think about it. In the signing class for 26, the freshman now, Richard Anderson, Deuce Geralds, Lamar Brown. They're investing in defensive linemen. Look at the guys they just had on campus. When you're talking about Jalen Brewster, number 1 player in the country. Abraham Cisse, 5-star edge. You currently have a 5-star edge in Jaden Bryant committed. You got another high 4-star defensive tackle on campus right now. What you're not seeing is the elite offensive lineman. Mark Matthews, LSU was kind of in the mix when Texas A&M. Kennedy Jackson is going to Florida. I think it's pretty clear that this staff is not going to spend money on incoming freshman tackles. Now, if they really like Albert Simeon at Sam Houston, which I believe they do, and they think he could be a plug-and-play guard as a true freshman, I think they might spend to get him here. But by and large, it seems really cool. Look at what they did in the portal last year. You know, in adding guys with young guys who had been in SEC programs that are coming to sit this year, and then by 2027, might be third-year players looking to finally step up and start. So I think we're learning. I'm not saying it's good, bad, right, wrong. It just is. It's just how they're looking to build. And it's pretty clear this staff will invest money in high school players on the defensive line where they're not looking to spend money on high school players. Clearly, hot top dollar is that offensive tackle. All right, it's after further review. Let's not get a break. Come back. Wrap up hour number 1. You know the anonymous coaches survey we talk about every year? The anonymous coaches that dish on SEC coaches? Well, Athlon has done the same thing. They've given coaches anonymity to talk about the Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby situation. We'll get to that as we wrap up hour number 1 next.
After further review.
If you want to feel your best, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can help you do it. So I get it, right? The name is Goodwood. The logo is funny. Haha, we laugh. You got to put that out of your mind. All right? The point of that is to get your attention, and it works. Actually pretty brilliant. But when you go into Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, what they do at their core is help men feel like you did when you're younger. Now, maybe you have ED. If you do, they can help. But more importantly even than that, hormone replacement therapy, okay? It's about getting your body to natural, healthy testosterone levels so you feel like you did when you were younger. Maybe it's peptide therapy. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate. It's time to schedule that consultation today. YourGoodwood.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit YourGoodwood.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
After Further Review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
This Father's Day, Citizens Bank and Trust is celebrating the dads who do it all with the return of the Rad Dad contest. Nominate your favorite Rad Dad for a chance to win an awesome grand prize package, including a Weber Traveler Grill and accessories from Goodwood Hardware, a steak dinner pack from Chris's Specialty Foods, and a Manly Bayou bundle from Hawk Soap. Just submit a photo of your dad doing dad things for a chance to win. Submissions run May 25th through June 13th. Voting begins June 14th, and the winner will be announced Friday, June 19th. Happy Father's Day to all the Rad Dads from Citizens Bank and Trust.
We're wrapping up hour number one. Every year in the offseason, I love the thing that Athlon does. It's the anonymous coaches piece where they give coaches anonymity to talk about other coaches and teams in the conference. So we look at the SEC one every year. Well, Athlon has done the same thing, except asking coaches to talk about Texas Tech and the Brendan Sorsby thing. Not only Sorsby and his eligibility, but also what that means for Texas Tech. For example, one coach said, quote, I think they're still ultra talented, so they can still win the Big 12. It's just not going to be easy. To me, it was BYU versus Texas Tech for the Big 12 championship. Can you say that now? I don't know. If you look at it a year ago, Texas Tech's only loss was at Arizona State, the 26-22 game. But Texas Tech and BYU played twice. In the regular season, Tech won that game 29-7. Then they played in the Big 12 championship game, and Texas Tech blew them out 34-7, a game that was never competitive. I don't know where really the other competition in that league is going to come. You know, Utah was a ranked team a year ago, and that's, I guess, interesting. But Kyle Whittingham's gone. So anyway, it'll be fascinating to see how and who might be able to step up. After Texas Tech BYU, you mentioned Utah was 11-2 on the season, went 7-2 in the league. But Houston was 6-3 in the league. Arizona was 6-3 in the league. Arizona State was 6-3. Iowa State was 5-4. Matt Campbell's gone. K-State, TCU, Cincinnati, all 5-4. I mean, it's a league that has a high floor and a low ceiling. So everything's compressed to the middle. And you have Texas Tech spending the way they did, so they're kind of peeking through above everyone else. But if Brendan Sorsby isn't eligible, well, how does that work out? Now, the Brendan Sorsby eligibility piece to me is really cut and dried. We've talked about it here and everywhere. There is a black and white rule, like the rule you cannot break, and Brendan Sorsby broke it. He bet on sports. He bet on his team, games his team was playing in. He was also doing daily fantasy when he was at Cincinnati. So the NCAA has said at point blank he's ineligible. They're going to go to court. We'll see what happens. My opinion is one thing. There's a coach anonymously who said, quote, Brendan Sorsby is not going to be able to play no matter what they say. There's no way, because once you open Pandora's box, it's over. It's one thing for me to say it. It's another for a coach to say it, albeit anonymously. And I sure hope that more people and coaches and people in prominent positions will step up and say the same thing, because that's just something that cannot happen. By the way, David Purdom is an ESPN gambling expert, a sports betting expert, who was on Unsportsmanlike and talked about what it would mean if Sorsby were reinstated.
This would be the first time that any sports league would be forced to allow someone who has bet on his own games to return and play. This would be kind of similar to Pete Rose being allowed to come play back in the Major League Baseball. No league has ever been forced to do this. It would change a lot of things. And there's a couple quarterbacks, or one quarterback from Iowa State, Hunter Deckers, who lost his permanent eligibility, lost all eligibility because he had found to bet on Iowa State games. So there is some players that in the past have got punished and got completely ruled ineligible. And now to see that happen, that would definitely be a change in the precedent.
it would be seismic if Brendan Sorsby's allowed to play. Because effectively then what you're doing is setting a precedent to say, go ahead and bet on sports. Bet on games your team is playing in. Just go to court and get eligible, which I think we can all understand why that would be cataclysmic. So it was a bit refreshing for me to see a coach, even anonymously, say he ain't going to be eligible no matter what they say. And that's my hope, is that he's not eligible. By the way, there was one other coach who said Will Hammond, who's the backup, coming off a torn ACL, who would play if Sorsby's ineligible. Will Hammond is talented, but we all know with an ACL, it takes a long time to recover. So we'll see. Hey, we're brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, Arco.com, Arco.com, Arco.com. If you got a business, a commercial building, industrial facility, government, municipalities, schools, churches, doctor's office, grocery stores, gas station, doesn't matter, you name it. If you need reliable backup power, you need Arco Power Systems. We talk about Generac generators all the time, most of the time in context of your home. Power goes out, generator kicks on, powers your house. This is for your business. And Arco deals all over the Southeast. North to Little Rock, east to Mobile, west to San Antonio, all over the state of Louisiana, offices in Houston, Dallas, everywhere. Arco.com, ARCCO. This is energy for your business. So get started today at Arco.com, ARCCO, Arco.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Sports Center coming up, get you caught up on national headlines. Little Rock head baseball coach Chris Curry next.
After Further Review.
Hey, I want to remind you, the Louisiana Department of Insurance has opened a new portal window for fortified roofs. We've talked about this in the past, but this is an expanded grant program whereby Louisiana homeowners can get up to a $10,000 grant to install a fortified roof at your home. 3,000 Louisiana homeowners are going to be awarded this grant through the Louisiana Department of Insurance. Parish Construction and Roofing, we are a certified fortified roofing company. So if you go to our website, parishbuilt.com, at the top of the homepage, there's a black bar at the top of the homepage. Click that link. It'll take you directly to the LDI website where you can get more information and you can apply. We would love to help you throughout the entire process. Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google. Based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinecenterla.com.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news: an MRI revealed Yankee slugger Aaron Judge has a bone bruise causing nagging soreness in his right shoulder and will miss tonight's game against the Guardians. The injury was impacting Judge's swing. The team is hoping it will not be a long-term issue. It was right to work for receiver A.J. Brown one day after he was traded from Philadelphia. Took part in OTAs for the first time as a member of the Patriots. Brown reunited with coach Mike Vrabel in New England, who he played for a couple of seasons in Tennessee. The offense of his former team, the Eagles, of course, will look much different without him, but not necessarily better, according to ESPN's Damian Woody.
It's going to look a lot more of Jalen Hurts underneath center. It's going to have his back to the defense. We're going to play a lot more between the numbers. But a lot of the passing game with the Philadelphia Eagles with A.J. Brown was outside the numbers. That's what they were doing. And so now we got to think, okay, is Jalen Hurts going to be comfortable doing something that he really hasn't been doing throughout his whole career? And now you've taken away a 1A and alpha wide receiver in A.J. Brown.
Hurricanes Golden Knights open up the Stanley Cup Final tonight, 8 Eastern on ABC. Carolina 12-1 this postseason. Vegas 12-4.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday, everyone will focus on Wemby versus Jalen Brunson, but I'll tell you why the NBA Finals will be defined by the role players. It's on Sportsman, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Matt.
Hey, Will.
Hey, bud.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Verge Ausberry sits down with Jacques Doucet. Talk a little bit about the state of the current football team. Coach O coming back. Get to all that here in about 15 minutes from right now. Don't y'all let Little Rock get up in your regional. They're going to cause all kinds of hell. If you missed it, the Trojans swept through Hattiesburg. This is how it sounded.
Fires. Swing and a miss. It's over. Little Rock breaks through this improbable, remarkable, magical postseason run. Is going to continue to the Super Regionals next week, a program first.
I mean, I don't know how improbable it was. I watched them last year give LSU hell and back. Chris Curry, a guy who admittedly hates LSU, good enough to join us on the show. Coach, great to have you back. Congratulations.
I was going to bring that up. The very first question last year that you said, you went through my whole career playing at another SEC school. how much do you hate LSU? And I never said that. But if you would have told me a year ago that I would get to talk to you because of this, I'll take it. I will take it. But I do not hate LSU. Let's be clear.
Oh, I know. Do you play the audio? Wait, this was it. I pulled the audio. This was it when Coach was with us last year. It's our pleasure. So I mentioned, a little bit about LSU. Played at Mississippi State back in 99. Coached at Arkansas. So played LSU in 09 and 2010. By the way, all three of those series LSU won. And I might have looked up that in the 99 Mississippi State LSU series that Chris Curry caught and went 2 for 11 with 3 strikeouts that weekend. Do you hate LSU?
Wow, thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it. Do I hate LSU? No, I don't.
Well, Chris Curry, good enough to join us on What's a Big Week. No, that was a lot of fun. It was nice to reconnect with you last week. Let's look after, I would imagine last year when you all were on the brink of winning the Baton Rouge Regional and the disappointment, to follow it up and not let that be a detriment but actually a catalyst is pretty amazing. How did you all respond from last year and springboard to a regional championship this year?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Matt. I felt immediately when I walked off the field at Alex Box that night that I wanted to make sure that Little Rock wasn't a fluke, wasn't a Cinderella story, or, hey, you remember that one year when Little Rock got hot for a couple of weeks? I felt an incredible responsibility to use that as a jumping-off point, a springboard for Little Rock baseball. Immediately, the portal opened that Sunday night at midnight. I was on the podium there in the post-game presser, and we recruited our tails off literally up until the day that school started, adding the depth. That game showed me what we were lacking and where we were deficient to close out a regional. We were close. I knew we had some pieces. We didn't have enough of them. And I'll give you an exact moment where I took a note. I don't know if you remember, but twice Curiel comes up in big moments, and twice I intentionally walked him to get to Bear Jones. And that a fan over my shoulder, true story, at LSU, immediately yelled, "Oh, Coach, you just got fired. Your president is wondering why you are walking a freshman to get to an All-American." The answer was I didn't have any left-handed pitching. And I had a right-handed sidearmer in there, but I knew I got to go get some lefties to get, the caliber of, and nobody gets Curiel out. He's a future big leaguer. But things like that, things like depth in the outfield, depth on the infield, depth at the catcher position, that's what that showed us. And then, like I said, we felt an incredible responsibility to back up the regional in Baton Rouge, and I felt like we have.
There's no doubt. Coach, how many guys that were impact guys for you on that roster a year ago were on the field when you clinched in Hattiesburg?
Well, you remember Angel Cano.
Sure.
We were able to retain. That was a huge piece. I was also encouraged by the LSU fans as we were walking off the field that Angel Cano might be wearing purple and gold or some other color than our color, and we immediately went to work retaining him, and we did. And that's not a shot at anybody. That just shows the commitment that Little Rock has to winning. But Cooper Chaplin, the second baseman, was back. Ty Rhodes in right field was back. And then we had a couple of other players. Catcher Trey Hill was actually a backup and was hurt at that time. But I had a good nucleus back. And Ryan Geck and Gage Haley. But where we had to bolster was on the front line. Our totally new pitching rotation. Brandon Westmoreland, Nick Bronzini, Brigden Parker. But to answer your question, 4 guys from the team last year. Malcolm Brown, who went 5 1/3 inning on the Sunday night game. He's back. So I used the experience of those guys to help spread the word in the locker room. Here's how you do it. Here's what you're going to feel. Here's what you're going to expect.
Coach, Nick Bronzini, who started his career at LSU, Nick Bronzini?
That's the same guy. Same guy. He left LSU and went to Washington.
Yeah.
And Matt Parker, my recruiting coordinator and third base coach, had recruited him a couple of years ago and saw his name pop up. And we needed left-handed pitching, as I talked about, and we picked him up. He started the championship game for us, went 4 innings. And he'll tell you, Matt, he needed to sharpen up when he left LSU. You know, he wasn't there yet and ready to pitch there, and he went out and did that. And now we've gotten the older, more mature version of him. He's outstanding.
That's amazing. I love that story. I mean, that's, you know, I know this era gets criticized a lot because of the portal and things like that. This is one of those things that I love. This guy who took a circuitous route but found a home and is maximizing his ability, which I think is a great story. Chris Curry is our guest, head coach of the Little Rock Trojans. Man, they're heading to Super Regional against the Troy Trojans. I'm sure you've already done plenty of scouting. How does your team match up against Troy?
It's a very familiar opponent, not this personnel, but I think somebody said we've played them 50 times in the history because we're old Sun Belt foes.
Sure.
And when I first took the job, I looked it up. I've personally coached against Troy University 20 times, played 3 series on the road there, so super familiar. The ballpark, it's unique. It's got a cool right field monster, green monster, if you will, and then it's all turf, which our place is, so that's some comfort there. But they hit around 290, which mirrors our club. They do hit home runs. They got 88. They got in the 40s in stolen bases, and so kind of like us, they're not a huge running team. Team ERA is in the middle 5s, I think. But they're the most important thing. They're hot right now. And they're playing. They had a great year, some marquee wins. They got in as an at-large bid, and the Sun Belt's a juggernaut of a league. And it's going to be a battle. They went and beat Miami, and then they went and beat Florida, and they got it done. And so I watched the game last night, knowing that we would play the winner of that game, and I'm very impressed. They finished with a closer, right-hander in the mid-90s. They got a left-handed hitter that's one of the best hitters in the league, and so we're going to have our hands full. They're going to add all the stands and standing room that they can. It'll be a crazy environment. We're looking forward to it.
Do you let yourself think that you're 2 outs away from the College World Series? Or I'm sorry, two wins away from the College World Series?
You know, I haven't yet just completely sat back and thought about what all of that would mean. Partly because, you know, you don't want to get your heart all the way in it and then get it crushed. Baseball, you know, we always talk about she's a cruel, evil mistress. She'll rip your heart out if you're not too careful. So you got to take it a game at a time. But I have sat back, Matt, to be honest, and thought about what it would mean for us and our program and everything to be at Omaha. I haven't said the word Omaha to my team at all. We had our first team meeting since the final because we had to travel yesterday and you know, they had a day off. And so we just talked about where we are and what's on the line. They get it. They don't need me to explain it. I think they're being so inundated with media and attention, and they should. They've earned that. I'm happy for them. But they don't need me to add to put some more air in the balloon. My job, I feel, in the postseason is actually take the air out of the balloon, calm everybody down, bring everybody back to their routines. But sure, when we're all sitting around and we have a moment, your mind can't help but escape to how awesome it would be to be in Omaha.
Yeah. I shared with our audience a text message you sent me last week, and you said it was okay if I did. And so I'm curious if do you still hear from or have you heard from any LSU fans or any outreach to the program?
I still get tons of follows, tons of likes, tons of "we're pulling for you, go Trojans," GEAUX, all kinds of positive messages from the LSU fan base. I have a stack of letters here from folks that sent handwritten notes. I've created some friendships, both on the LSU staff, the LSU fans that still stay in touch, and not one negative thing has been said to us, both last year when we finished and then now. We actually, I think, had 2 LSU fans show up in purple and gold at our regional. And how awesome was that? And so I think we will be 2 programs that are forever connected.
Yeah.
And again, some wonderfully nice, classy things have been said to us by Jay and his staff when we saw them at the National Coaches Convention in January before the season started. And nothing but class.
Well, it's a bummer that the Tigers aren't in it, but it actually allows all of us to sit back who love the game to sit back and be fans of someone else. And I think there's probably a lot of people here who have made Little Rock their adoptive team for this run. So I'll tell you, man, we'll be pulling for you. And Coach, there's a very real thing that people who've listened to this show for a long time acknowledge is real, and especially if you're a superstitious baseball guy. We call it AFR karma. I mean, I've had former LSU players that in their pro careers have reached out to me like, hey, man, can I come on the show? I'm in a slump. I need to come on the show so I can break out of the slump. So we bequeath all the AFR karma onto the Trojans, man. Y'all go get it done this weekend and get to Omaha. We'd love to talk to you when you're up there.
Well, we humbly accept it. We need all the help we can get. There's plenty of seats on the bandwagon for Little Rock.
Let's go.
You maybe got us a little hot last year, so we need you to help us get hot again. I appreciate it so much.
Well, we're excited for you, man. Congratulations again, and it's great to visit. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for taking the time. Okay,
Matt, I appreciate you and all the LSU fans, and hopefully you and I maybe we can talk again next week.
I would love if we could make that happen. Thank you, sir. Safe travels and good luck.
Thank you. Go Little Rock.
We'll see you. That's Chris Curry, head coach of Little Rock Trojans. We're brought to you by Supper Club. Hey, closed Sunday, Monday, but they're back open today. And I tell you all the time, you want to go have like an incredible one-of-one steak experience at Supper Club, you could do that. But maybe you don't want a steak, or you're not in the mood for a steak. You don't love steak. That's fine too. They have a menu full of other options that are the best thing of that thing you'll ever have. Like, they have New Zealand lamb chops. So 6 lamb chops, 14 ounces. They're dusted with a Mediterranean seasoning, seared and finished with a rosemary orange glaze. Oh. They're marinated onions, drizzled with olive oil, served on a bed of homemade hummus, sourced from Lumina Farms, New Zealand. Y'all, lamb chops from New Zealand. Like, in Baton Rouge, only one place. Supper Club. Book your reservation. SupperClubBTR.com. 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 All right, it's after further review. Man, thanks to Coach Curry. We appreciate that. Good dude. And basking in the afterglow, but still more to do. Man, I will be pulling hard. I didn't even know Nick Bronzini was there. That's pretty cool. So former LSU Tiger on the Little Rock roster. And I said started the championship game for him there in the regional, which is awesome. All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back. Verge Ausberry visited with Jacques Doucet of WAFB. We opened the show with some of Verge's comments about the future of football scheduling. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about what Verge said about this football roster and Ed Orgeron's return. We'll do that next on AFR.
AFR.
Buying or selling, commercial or residential. Think real estate. Think Darren James. Matter of fact, I just saw this one pop up. New listing Darren has right now. How about this? Providence Ridge Boulevard in Hammond. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,482 square feet. So I tell you all the time, yes. Baton Rouge, but all surrounding areas, well, down into New Orleans, Lafayette. You need to sell your home. You need the realtor that quite literally sells more homes than anyone, Darren James. Go to agent225.com, agent225.com. Start there, or call or text Darren. I'm going to give you his cell. I always give you Darren's cell phone number. You don't believe me? Text him. I guarantee he'll respond. 225-335-7666, 335-7666. 335-7666 or agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel.
Love telling you about River Parish Contractors. rpcontractors.com is the website if you're looking for work, or you may not even know you're looking for work. River Parish Contractors, you need to make this call. Call Big Jake over at River Parish Contractors because they got tons of work lined up. So you want overtime? They got as much overtime as you want. So you never have to. A lot of places want to hire, give you a good rate, but they don't want you to work overtime. Not at River Parish Contractors. They got as much overtime as you want to work. You want to work night shifts when it's cooler? You could do that. You want to work day shifts? Got it. Look, there's no rainouts. They have amazing benefits. They've got PTO. If you're a welder, pipe fitter, pipe cutter, you got to get in touch with my friends over at River Parish Contractors. Call Big Jake or go to rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com. Right there in reserve, River Parish Contractors, rpcontractors.com.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us here on a Tuesday edition of AFR. We do always appreciate our friends at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Thanks to Little Rock coach Chris Curry, who is just with us, took some time here as his team's getting ready for a Super Regional. Man, they are 2 wins away from going to Omaha. Got a text on the show, text line from Sean, who said, that's it. If Little Rock makes it, we should start a petition to get the LSU fans to Omaha and invade the stadium Jell-O shot champions. Not a bad idea. Look, there's going to be a lot of LSU fans that go up to Omaha anyway. I mean, we know that. That's been a thing for 30 years. LSU fans go up to Omaha even if LSU's not there. Now, naturally, the stadium is tilted heavily purple and gold when LSU does make it, but there's always an LSU presence no matter what. I would imagine if the Trojans are up there, there'll be a lot of people maybe with LSU caps and Little Rock shirts or maybe vice versa, however that may go. But good luck to Coach Curry. We'll be pulling for him. Hope it works out well. Verge Ausberry, LSU AD, sat down with Jacques Doucet, and Verge was on our show about a month ago or so, and he's making the media rounds and making himself accessible, which is, I think, is a good thing. And everybody has a right to do it however they want. Scott Woodward often, when he was AD, often said to us privately that he wanted the coaches and the athletes to be the forward-facing sort of face of the athletic department. That's not to suggest Verge doing interviews means he doesn't want that. It's just he's making himself available. Scott would often say, listen, I'll answer your questions. We'll talk to you off the record. I don't want to come on radio or TV. So he was accessible, but he was accessible in private and off the record. Verge is willing to come on air. Joe Olave did a weekly segment for a while with Jordy and Derek when they were the morning show here. So it's just different. Different ADs handle it differently. Not that it's good or bad. It's just different. And Verge and Jacques covered a lot of ground. And next hour, I want to get into their talk about revenue share and the international players in basketball and Jay's staff and baseball and all that stuff. We'll do that next hour. But he did talk about, Verge did, a few football topics, including bringing back Ed Orgeron. We'll get to that in a second. But first, he talked about sort of the the buy-in from this football team with Lane Kiffin and this new staff?
They started workouts today, but last week, for the last week and a half, you walk in that building and the whole team is there. We're talking about national championship years and the teams I've been around. I've been around 3 of them, national championship teams. You kind of feel the excitement in the building when you walk in. You feel all the players are working out, doing the extra things. And when I watched this team, you walk in there last week, I thought everybody was back and that camp had started. But it's really starting this week. But the whole team, everybody was there. And it's voluntary, but all the players showed up. And then they showed up to do extra work afterwards. So that's what you see with this football team here that you hadn't seen around here in a long time.
Remember last week was when a lot of the freshmen, the incoming freshman class who weren't the early enrollees, they got to campus. So we also saw the video that was posted, Sam Levitt posted of him dunking a ball on the goal post at the indoor last week. So guys have been around the facility. And I would say, I know we keep playing that soundbite of Lane Kiffin talking about how he tells his staff to evaluate character, how important that is. It's always been important, maybe even more so now. One of the things that we would talk about for years when Mike Detillier would come on this show, and it was an NFL principle that sort of is relevant in college now, is Mike D would say, you never know how money might change a young person. It's why the pre-draft evaluation is so important to learn not only the player's physical ability, the football acumen, but who they are as a person. Because what you don't know is when you take a 21, 22, 23-year-old young person and you, boom, drop millions of dollars on them, whether they came from money or not, how they react. Will the fire still burn? Will the work ethic still be there? Well, I think you have to naturally ask that question in college athletics today. Like, once a player gets paid and that auto draft is going to hit every month, or that auto deposit is going to hit every 2 weeks or every month, like, does the fire stay in the belly? Like, one of the more encouraging things, I think, from this offseason was Jordan Seaton. Right from the time, remember when we saw those photos, those workout photos of Jordan Seaton, and he lost 20 pounds, leaned out, bulked up, looked awesome. Well, that's a dude who left Colorado, came to LSU, got what's been reported, I don't know the number candidly, what's been reported $4 million or whatever it is. And it would be easy to say, great, got paid. Let's go on vacations, have good meals, get in shape whenever we got to. He went the other way. So I think that's really encouraging. I think that's what Verge is speaking to there. Hopefully that is a pervasive attitude on the entire roster as guys that are bought in, and maybe it would seem to be. Verge would certainly know. I mean, that football program is his baby. I mean, he's from Louisiana, New Iberia, played at LSU, was the associate AD in charge of football scheduling for 20 years. I mean, that's his thing. So being around the program and around the facility, he would know. Now, the other thing that, of course, is fascinating was the decision to bring back Ed Orgeron, which may seem pretty obvious for all the reasons we've talked about. But you're also rehiring someone who was fired, who you paid $17+ million not to work, who was included and implicated in the federal Title IX investigation. I mean, there's a lot of blemishes there. But they made the decision to bring him back. And for all the reasons we've talked about from a football perspective, why it makes sense, it makes sense. But Verge talked about that decision to bring back Ed Orgeron.
One thing that it helps Lane, it helps the football program. He's beloved here. I mean, look at that picture behind me, the best team in the history of LSU football. He was the head coach. And it brings back excitement. It brings back a lot of the former players, especially the players during that era. It brings them back in the fold here at LSU. I think he brings a lot of excitement into the building. You watch his recruiting videos this weekend, work with the #1 defensive lineman in the country. People like to see that. Before he came back, he was going around the country speaking to a lot of institutions, a lot of schools, and a lot of coaches would call him and say, wow, he was just so great to have in our program and be around. And I think, we wanted to bring him back. He's a true Louisiana man, and it's good to have him here at LSU.
It's a great endorsement from Verge for Coach O. Of course, Verge was an associate AD when Ed Orgeron was fired under Scott Woodward. but now had to effectively run. Now, look, nobody's told Lane Kiffin no for anything, but if there was something you could have told him no for, it would have been rehiring a coach that was fired, that paid $17 million to go away. But you heard the first thing he said. It helps Lane. You bring in Ed, who is a great recruiter, as we saw, great energy, and a great defensive line coach. So, thought there on Ed O coming back. The one other thing that I know LSU fans will be interested in is Lane Kiffin's social media absence. A guy who tweeted doesn't. Lane Kiffin used to tweet as much as Brennan Sorsby would bet on his own team.
That's accurate. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
Lane hadn't tweeted since he retweeted a post on May the 11th about Peyton Houston. May the 11th. It's been almost a month. The guy's been off of Twitter. I mean, I don't know what's harder. Lane quitting alcohol or quitting Twitter? I don't think, well, I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking. I mean, I'm serious. Like, that gets addictive. The Twitter machine. Anyway, here was Ed about Lane being off social media.
I had nothing to do with that. Lane's Lane. One thing I spoke about it earlier. I don't try to change who my coaches are. They are who they are. Those personalities they have, that's what makes those guys around here. And we have a great group. You have Lane, you have Jay, you have Will, you have Jay Clark, you have Kim Mulkey. They are who they are, and I want them to have that. I don't want them to be like, okay, I'm gonna change who I am. No, be who you are. That's what makes them so successful.
I know there were internet rumors that LSU had forced Lane Kiffin off of social media. I was told at the time that was categorically not true. Verge seemed to confirm that there. People believe what you want and believe what you want, but sneaking suspicion he'll be back. Look, Lane has talked often about why he's so outward on social media, and it's largely for recruiting purposes because recruits and their parents feel like they know him. And he is a famous coach. And be it social media or going on Pardon My Take or doing the Vanity Fair interview or whatever, he's always going to be very public and forward-facing, clearly. And I'm sure he'll be back on social media. But it was not a mandate from Verge in the athletic department. All right, y'all. It's after further review. Halfway home here on a Tuesday edition of AFR powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Talk to former St. John Stinchcomb coming up in about 45 minutes from right now. There's a few more from Verge that I want to get to, including talk about revenue share, the international players of basketball, baseball staff, some stuff like that. So we'll get to that coming up in hour number 3. Let me knock out a break. ESPN does have out its list of the top 100 newcomers for the 2026 season, and I hate a list. I think lists are stupid and largely pointless. There's one thing, though, that I notice is a trend I want to build off of that, which we'll get to when we come back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. And get Gordon's gas cards. Right now, Gordon McKernan giving away 10 $250 gas cards with gas prices going up. Gordon helping you win and helping you take care of that pain at the pump. You can get info at GetGordon or at GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com. But listen, the bottom line is it doesn't matter where you are in the state of Louisiana. They got offices all over the state, and if you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Don't go it alone. Let the team at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys help you. There's a local office near you, so you don't have to travel if you've been injured. Hammond, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, all over the state. So go to GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com. Start that process today, GetGordon.com. You know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Every ounce of Raising Cane's lemonade has been hand-squeezed that day from fresh lemons before being served over our signature crushed ice. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
After a decade of working in
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She says she's got a dream and I ask what it is. She wants a little farm and a yard full of kids. And one more teeny-weeny ride before I take her home. She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
Oh, that Garth Brooks. Plays the hits.
It's not Garth. You know it's not Garth.
Waylon Jennings
Not
plays the hits.
A little different than Waylon Jennings, yeah.
Johnny Cash. Love
No.
this Johnny Cash.
Not the Man in Black. Not him.
Darius Rucker. Noted country star, Darius Rucker.
He's a country star. Not this country star.
Well, whatever. You like a John Deere. By the way, not just tractors, gators, zero-turn mowers, generators, not to start your portable generators, not to start thinking about your portable generator for your tailgates. Come football season, get those at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. The ESPN put out a it's list season. It's list season. It's list season.
And now it's time for Feigned Indignance from Sports Talk Radio Guy over random summertime sports lists.
Yeah, I'm not even going to do that right now. I'm not going to yell about this. I hate lists. I think they're lazy, and it's what people do who need content to write in the summer who don't have any better ideas, so they put lists out. One thing that it just doesn't matter. So ESPN did a list of the top 100 newcomers, and it doesn't matter what they or anyone think, how you rank them or whatever. And I don't really care about their list. I noticed a trend, though, that sort of speaks to something that I think is developing as we look at how Lane Kiffin, Billy Glasscock are building the LSU football roster and where they're investing their resources. So I've talked about this a little bit already. I've gotten asked, a lot of people can't understand why LSU, who seemingly was leading for Joshua Dobson, the 5-star number 1 corner in the country for 2027. LSU was leading for Dobson all along, and now he's not even considering LSU anymore. What happened? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Like, financially, LSU isn't going to invest in a 5-star freshman cornerback for 2027 when you're going to have DJ Pickett back. You very likely can have P.J. Woodland back, Shaquem Jackson, Haven Finney, Aiden Andy coming off of injury. Like, why would you spend all this money to have a freshman who may not play? Invest that money elsewhere in positions of need in the portal for 2027. It makes a lot of, I don't know, it makes a lot of sense to me. But I think we're also seeing what positions they are willing to invest, like where they prioritize roster, positional value. And so you look at the players listed on this ESPN thing. They've got Sam Leavitt, number 3 in the country, quarterback. Jordan Seaton, number 5 in the country, transfer left tackle. Prince Will Uman-Mielen, number 7 in the country. So 3 of the top 7, edge rusher. Ty Benefield, number 13, safety. Number 36, Deuce Geralds, freshman defensive lineman. Number 54, Jace Brown, transfer wide receiver. Number 88, Lamar Brown, freshman edge rusher. You don't see cornerback. You don't see interior offensive line. You don't see tight end. You don't see running back. So think about it. Like, where they invest. Well, at cornerback, they invested in the guys already on the roster. Pickett, Woodland. At interior offensive line, they retained Braylon Moore and added Aluba. Portal. At tight end, they paid Trey Green. Now, they added Zach Grace. They brought in a freshman, part of this tight end class as well. They added Malachi Thomas from Pitt. They added 3 tight ends. But where they spent was retaining Trey. Running backs, they spent to retain Harlem Berry. They added 4 portal running backs, but none of them were top portal guys. They spent on Berry. And so I think what's very obvious, or what's becoming, let me say it this way, what's becoming clearer to me anyway, how Lane Kiffin and Billy Glasscock are building their roster and where they're allocating funds, is there are positions where they want experienced guys, and that's where they'll spend their money. Like Harlem Berry's an experienced running back that they want him back, they'll spend there on Harlem. Leavitt, you've got to spend to have a great quarterback. Leavitt, got it. Left tackle, they're not going to spend on a freshman left tackle. Seaton out of the portal, done. Defensive line, maybe it's Prince Will Uman-Mielen, maybe it's Lamar Brown. You can rotate your defensive line and multiple guys are going to play. So even if it is Lamar Brown, Deuce Geralds, Richard Anderson, Prince Will Uman-Mielen, Jordan Ross, they'll spend because you can play more of them. You're not rotating left tackles. You're hopefully playing one that stays healthy, so you go spend on it. Out of the portal, not out of the freshman class, which is why I think you're going to which I don't think you're going to see LSU land a top-tier freshman offensive tackle for the class of 2027. I just don't think they're going to spend on any of the top guys. If there's a 3-star or a 4-star from Louisiana who's willing to come and sit and wait his turn and develop, okay, but that's not going to, you're not going to break the bank on that guy. I'm not saying you won't add a tackle. I'm saying is you're not going to spend on an elite high school tackle, because do you really want a freshman left tackle? I mean, you did that with Will Campbell a couple of years ago, and Will's great. Like literally the best one ever at this program. But that's not – you would rather have Jordan Seaton, who's going to play season at LSU, than go be a top 10 pick if he stays healthy. So I think that's what we keep seeing is the more stuff like this comes out, the more we see official visits and where they're focusing and allocating resources, we're learning positional value, where this staff is willing to spend money on freshmen and where they're going to spend on either retention or portal. All right, it's after further review. Let me know my thought if you got a thought on that. You can email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. I was texting with my buddy, Mr. Kerry Manuel, who's a certified pre-owned manager over at South Point Volkswagen. I was texting with him last week. I said, man, last week alone, they moved like 40 vehicles. Incredible. Monster week. And so when you move all of that new inventory, people are trading in their old vehicle. So you get great trade-in inventory, great pre-owned inventory, all different makes and models, not just Volkswagens. So go check them out at southpointvw.com. If you're buying a new vehicle, they got all the inventory. If it's on the lot, it's online at southpointvw.com. And, of course, you can check out their certified pre-owned inventory as well. You can search by year, make, model, body style, price. It's all there at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Airline just north of Highland or online at southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? All right, y'all, it's after further review. Glad you're aboard with us here. I'm used to do Tigers and the Pros to wrap up hour number 2 in just a smidge. John Stinchcomb's with us in 30 minutes from right now. Yesterday on the show, we briefly talked about Pete Golding, who did an interview with Chris Lowe from On 3, and effectively, I'll paraphrase it, he never considered going to LSU. We talked about it here on the show yesterday. I did a Locked on LSU episode about it. If you want to go check it out, podcast, YouTube, just search Locked on LSU. And I think, and I've looked at some texts and some of the pushback on that some people have gotten, saying that they believe Pete Golding had no interest in coaching LSU. There was one gentleman named Paul who texted me, said, Pete Golding probably didn't love LSU. There's no love lost there. I think it's important to remember, number one, that has nothing to do with whether someone loves LSU or doesn't, even though Pete's from Louisiana. It's about, would you have had a job? And I'm talking about like early in the process when Kiffin was considering, weighing would he come to LSU, Florida, when it was clear to me and a lot of other people, he was one thing was for certain, he was leaving Ole Miss. It was just, would it be LSU or Florida? And what I said was, I was told at the time that Pete Golding was making calls to coaches to gauge interest if they would join his defensive staff at LSU. Now, I'm very glad with the way that it worked out because I would rather have Blake Baker than Pete Golding. But at the time, Pete Golding didn't know he was going to be the head coach at Ole Miss. At the time, the thought was if Kiffin left, Joe Judge would be elevated to the interim while they went and looked for a new coach. But as it all happened, they were late because Keith Carter was convinced Lane Kiffin was coming back. It was a miss by Keith Carter. And so they missed on an opportunity to hire Summerall. They were going to pivot to Alex Golish. There were some people within that program that were not very happy about that. And so they made the decision to elevate Pete Golding, which is something Pete didn't know for the 2 weeks prior. But what he did know was if Lane Kiffin left, whoever the new coach was at Ole Miss wasn't guaranteed to keep Pete Golding. So naturally you move. It doesn't matter if you like LSU or not. All that to say, I don't know that it doesn't matter. It's just for the sake of having something for the record out there publicly, because as we know, your revisionist history is a real thing. The whole story of the fish you caught that's this big, and as time goes, it's this big, and then this big, and then this big. Like, what we need is a photo of the fish that you actually caught. So for all time, we can see, the fish was this big. And that's the point in talking about stuff like this. You don't get to reshape history to make it fit whatever narrative that you're trying to have out there for whatever reason. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. Muse to do Tigers and the Pros next.
AFR.
Man, if you are thinking about putting in a pool, call Duplessis Pools. And when I say call Duplessis Pools, what I really mean is call Derek Duplessis. Listen, his name is on the business. But when I talk about Duplessis Pools, I'm talking about Derek Duplessis, who's a great dude, from Louisiana, went to LSU, graduated as a mechanical engineer, was working as a mechanical engineer when he decided he wanted to pivot, started his pool company, and now one of the fastest growing pool companies in America, and voted by Pool and Spa Magazine a top 50 pool builder in America last year. Think about that. Top 50 pool builder in America. Lots of people build you a beautiful pool. And Derek's no different. He'll build you a beautiful custom pool, but he's also going to use his engineering background to take the time to do it right, to make sure it lasts, 10-year workmanship warranty, and exceptional customer service because his ethics and commitment to you. DuplessisPools.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Sometimes you ignore the sign.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She thinks my tractor sexy.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Verge Ausberry did, in fact, discuss the future of RevShare, the international basketball transfers that will cause so much controversy around. Will Wade did that in the interview with Jacques Doucet. Got some thoughts on that coming up here in about 10 minutes. Right now, Musu, Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
Nice effort put forth by Alex Lang on Monday night in the Royals win over the Reds. One shutout inning of relief. No hits, no walks. Lang struck out 2. 9 pitches, 8 strikes. He just missed the immaculate inning there, did Lang, by 1 strike, but ultimately was perfect and lowered the ERA to 4.5. Jaden Hill, kind of a so-so deal for him. A third of an inning. He didn't give up a hit, but he walked 2 guys and gave up 2 runs. But he still didn't surrender the lead and got his 10th hold of the year. His really good first half continues. The ERA sports just around 3.4 for the former Tiger. Cole Henry, he was on the bump for the Nationals in the final inning of that ball game. Kind of some mop-up duty. Inning, 3 hits, gave up 3 earned, did punch out 2 balls left the yard against him. Of course, an injury kind of slowed. It was a fast start, so he's working his way back, needing to get back on track there. Dylan Cruz did appear in the game, but that was as a pinch runner. Flau'jae Johnson for the Seattle Storm. Double-double last night for the rookie. 16 points, 10 rebounds in that ball game. Her 16 points led the Storm in scoring. They did take it on the chin pretty good last night in that one, though. And then a pair of former Tigers matching off tonight in the WNBA. Anissa Morrow and the Connecticut Sun visit Angel Reese and the Atlanta Dream. That's Tigers and the Pros.
Last night was over at Traction for Traction Fest, which was sponsored in part by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Obviously partnered with Traction as well. Really cool. So Traction's Canes Fest, their youth baseball league, do a big celebration at the end of the season. And it was great to be out there with Aaron Cox from OLOL and the FMOL Health System. My friend Deanna as well was out there. Deanna Melanson, it was great to see her. Great people throughout the entire organization. And the 20,000 strong as part of the FMOL Health System. And, of course, at Our Lady of the Lake, they are LSU's championship health partner. So many ways, obviously, that they serve this community in Baton Rouge, but the entire state of Louisiana, parts of Mississippi, is a multi-state health system, a $5 billion health system. They're so massive, but they give such incredible care in so many different ways. Just a day ago, I was there for my annual physical at the lake with Dr. Curtis Chastain, part of the Lake Men's Health Group, and I always encourage you. Go to the doctor, and, of course, you can trust our friends at the lake. I trust the lake. We take Drew to Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, where he sees many of the specialists over there. If it's pediatric care, if it's cancer care, if it's heart care, you can trust the lake just like I do. OLOLRMC.com/LSU. All right, hour 3, staring you straight in the face. SportsCenter's coming up.
AFR.
Man, I love telling you every day about First South Farm Credit because, man, when you think about buying land, for a lot of people, that's like a lifelong dream. You know, maybe it's farmland, and First South Farm Credit does that. I mean, they've been first in agriculture for more than 100 years. But really, so often who they're dealing with are people who are looking to realize that dream of owning that recreational property. You know, your getaway, your hunting property in Texas, your recreational property in Mississippi. You know, maybe it's the 20 acres in Tangipahoa Parish where you want to go build your family's dream home. You know, maybe you work in New Orleans and you want to have that city lifestyle, but you want to enjoy the rural lifestyle at home. They do that every single day. And so they're making people's dreams come true, quite literally. So if you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Remember, it's firstsouthfarmcredit.com, firstsouthfarmcredit.com.
Every Raising Cane's chicken finger is marinated, battered by hand, and cooked to order to perfection. We don't have heat lamps, because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Yankee slugger Aaron Judge won't play tonight against the Guardians. An MRI revealed he's got a bone bruise causing nagging soreness in his right shoulder. We'll meet with doctors. The injury has been impacting Judge's swing. The team is hoping it's not a long-term issue. Lots of smiles today at Patriots OTAs with newly acquired receiver A.J. Brown on the field for the first time with his teammates. Speaking to the media, Brown said he is still in awe of the trade that sent him from Philadelphia to New England.
Caught myself one point in practice, wasn't paying attention because I was like, dang, I'm a Patriot, you know? And just trying to take it all in as much as I can. Obviously, I got back to work quickly, but it's levels to it, and like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's obviously, I know this ain't heaven, but it's close to it.
Patriots receiver A.J. Brown. Golden Knights visit the Hurricanes. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight, 8 Eastern on ABC. The Blue Jackets' Zach Werenski won the Norris Trophy, given to the NHL's top defenseman. He'll be joining Amber and Ian tonight at 7:30 Eastern.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musil. And a Mr. Toby Tom. Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. John Stinchcomb in 13 minutes from right now. And it is time to rejoice and be glad. Have you seen the latest? Governor Jeff Landry on social media recently posting the inspection sticker is now expired in Louisiana, signing Representative Bagley's bill to get rid of this costly and burdensome sticker. Let's go! Do you know what this means, Muse?
Yeah, it means we don't have inspection stickers
It
anymore.
means that I can stop hiding the expired sticker on my vehicle that's been there peeling since March of 2024. I'm dead serious. 3/24 is what my inspection. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Expired for 2 years. I ain't even bothered. I got to the point. You know what I said, Muse?
What'd you say?
I said bleep it.
Yep.
Pull me over Give me a ticket. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Can I just Apple Pay the state $20 instead of having to go get some dork making sure my turn signal works? Make sure there's 50 feet of runway there so that way you can turn. And is there a crack in your windshield? There's a crack in everybody's windshields. Louisiana, road sucked. There's 18-wheelers everywhere spitting rocks at everybody's windshield. Ain't nobody ever going to pass an inspection if that's the case.
Does your horn work? Test the horn.
Oh, test the horn.
You always got to test the horn.
You know what, Muse? That's all I remember because I ain't had one of them damn things in so long. I don't even know what else they do. What else they do?
Lights. Got to blink your lights on and off.
That's what I just said, the turn signal.
No, I mean like your headlights.
Oh, it's the same thing. Same lights. We still got to pay for this thing? They just going to take money from us or what? They ain't just giving up revenue. They got to make it up somehow.
No. We could turn down Handel's Messiah here for a hot minute.
Crank it up, Muse. I don't want to hear you. I want to hear Handel.
You asked me a question.
Figure it out, Muse. Hurry up and answer it then.
There's going to be like a QR code that costs $6 now.
Okay.
I don't really know what the QR code's for.
Y'all take Venmo?
Cash App?
Say, Gov, y'all do PayPal? I'll kick you $6. I'm good with that. Probably won't, actually. I won't do that either. Not going to do that. I refuse. It's stupid. Inspection sticker. Or as they say in Nollins, the brake tag.
There you go.
Nolan. Caught. Yeah, man. Inspection stickers gone forever. This is something we can all agree, right? We can all agree on this. Right? I can't imagine even people who don't like Jeff Landry. You have to like this. Who wants the inspection sticker? I go to other states and they're like, y'all do what? Yeah, it's just a racket. It's just our corrupt state just making people spend money to do fraudulent testing like turn signals and horn tests.
Horn tests and headlights.
That'll be $25, please.
The diagnostic check they do.
Dude, the biggest pain in the ass is you got to go find one of those places that's got the orange placard that says official motor vehicle inspection sticker look. I'm like, well, I got to go find one of these? And then you go and then they're closed that day. Or you remember you had to pay cash or something. When did you had
to pay cash.
You had to pay cash. Like, a lot of people don't carry cash.
It's true. I would always have to go to the ATM to get the inspection sticker.
You take Zelle?
Zelle? Oh, I love Zelle.
I don't love Zelle.
I love Zelle.
Zelle's a pain in the ass. Who uses Zelle?
I use Zelle all the time. I do.
You're the one? Found the one guy that uses Zelle.
It's great.
Was your dealer take Zelle?
No, I don't have a dealer.
Mm-hmm.
I just use it for a lot of different things.
Whatever. Thank God. Stupid inspection sticker's gone. Dude, when I walk out of here today, I'm going to do a video of me ripping that old and expired. Or should I just leave it?
I think you should just leave it. Yeah.
Dude, it's been
like a jersey in the rafters.
It's been baking in the sun so it's like it's peeling. Like the glue is peeling off of it. I can't believe. And I've been pulled over. I've gotten tickets.
For that?
No, like a speeding ticket or something. And they don't, like the officer, like it's like they know how much of a ridiculous racket it is. They don't even give me a ticket for an expired inspection sticker. No, you're good, fam.
They're like, he's driving on the road. The car's clearly fine.
Yeah, it works.
Like the car is clearly fine. It's operational. He was just going 80. Yeah, we got it.
80 to 75? Come on.
Hold on. They're pulling you over for 5 miles over?
No, I don't think that was it, but you said that. You said 80.
Why didn't you could have been in a 60? I don't know. The interstate's 60 most of the places here.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. It's gone up, dude. Come on. Pay attention, Muse.
The interstate is 60 from the split all the way downtown.
65.
It's 60.
Nah, it's 65. And that's subjective too, by the way. Just follow traffic.
The speed limit, which is a law, is subjective.
You know what else is a law? Hey, here's one for you. Here's a law.
All right.
It is illegal to drive with your hazard lights on.
It is.
That is illegal to do. Yet dorks, when it rains, put on their hazard lights. That is illegal. PSA, idiot. You're creating more of a problem with your flashing lights in the rain.
Drives me nuts, dude. Preach. That drives me insane.
And get out of the left lane.
Mm-hmm.
You, right now listening, look in your rear view. If someone's on your ass, you're holding up traffic, get out of the left lane. I want to run people off the road, bro. I'm telling you, I want to run people off the road. Give me a ticket for that.
I might get you a little bit more.
Sticker.
Might get you a little bit more than a ticket.
What, running people off the road?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to prove I did it. I don't know, man. Police officers probably agree with me. I'm saving them from the hazard of somebody going 50 in the left lane.
Mm-hmm.
And so then here comes fast people and who have to brake because you're going 50 in the left lane because you're an idiot. You know what else drives me crazy?
Don't do it in the middle lane either, by the way. I was behind someone going 45 in the middle lane of the interstate the other day.
Here's the one. I've talked about this before in Kick Rocks with Terrio. The lowest level of human being, aside, maybe even lower than the inconsiderate a-hole who leaves their shopping carts in the parking lot.
You hate that, dude.
I hate that. If you leave your shopping cart in the parking lot, I hate you. We will never be friends, ever. You are, because at its core, that shows how inconsiderate of a human you are. Your thought in life is, someone else will get it. No. Quit being a lazy a-hole. Bring your shopping cart to the corral. You're a lazy a-hole. I don't like you. We'll never be friends ever. Lower than that person is the a-hole who speeds through a school zone. And I drive my kid to school, go down Acadian Thruway, and there's a school on Acadian Thruway. And there are big flashing signs. You can't miss it. There are big flashing signs, 20 miles an hour. And every day, dude, zooming past me. Like, I want to, and I'll catch up to them at the red light because then they'll get stopped which is poetic justice. And I could lay them a horn. I could flip them off, get out the car, beat the snot out of them, throw them in the ditch. They deserve it. If you speed a school zone, you're probably the next closest thing to like a serial killer.
You have bodies buried somewhere.
I believe even like, it's, you know how like child molesters don't do well in prison?
Yeah.
Like even prisoners are like, no, you're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think if you speed in a school zone and you go to prison and they're like, what are you in for? I was speeding in a school zone. They're probably beating the hell out of you. And you deserve it. Speeding in a school zone. It's people's children, man.
I know.
What are you doing?
And you know what? The bad thing is some of those people doing it probably have children.
How did we get here?
There's no more inspection stickers in Louisiana.
Hey, Paulie. Muse struggling to talk a little bit over there. He was trying to say stickers. He said stickins, slurring his words.
Just a little bit.
Feeling pretty good over there, isn't he?
No, I just got familied. That's all that happened.
It's kicking in.
What does that even mean? Okay, I was supposed to talk about Verge Ausberry here. We got to go because John Stinchion's coming. Wait, play a Verge Ausberry cut. Play the shortest one you got. Let's see. There's one that's 16 seconds. Eligibility concerns with the basketball class. Here you go.
Right now, I'm telling Will full force ahead. Go ahead. Go get the players.
Oh, man.
Do what you have to do, and we'll take care of all those issues if there are some issues afterwards. But let's do that. We're within the rules right now, currently, and that's where we want to be.
I got to come back and talk about that because you ain't within the rules on two of them guys. We'll talk about it AFR.
After further review.
We are brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown, Renaissance Baton Rouge. Love telling you about Renaissance right there on Bluebonnet near I-10. Hey, listen, if you are thinking of hosting an event or if you have an event coming up in the rest of this year, maybe you're already thinking ahead to 2027, get in touch with Allison Crump over at Renaissance Baton Rouge. She's the events coordinator at Renaissance Baton Rouge. Good friend, does an awesome job, and I love what she says. We're in the business of saying yes. They have so much space there. Their grand ballroom that can host 500. Their boardrooms that can host 12. And anything in between. When we had our launch party a couple of years ago for LouisianaSports.net, we had the launch party. I hope they put a little riser, did AFR on that little riser in the space between Tallulah and the terrace We had a wheel up bar right there as well. Had great open space. It was awesome. You got an event coming up? Think Renaissance Baton Rouge. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge.
Championships are won with preparation, and so are great roofs.
Coach is tough on us about preparation, and Paris brings that same championship mindset.
Do business with someone you know. Paris Construction and Roofing.
ParisBuilt.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinecenterla.com.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She likes the way it's pulling while we're tilling up her land. She's even kind of crazy about my farm.
All right, Saints smack dab in the middle of OTAs. Good opportunity to catch up with John Stinchcomb. Took a little off-season. The Saints head into year 2 under Kellen Moore. Hey, John, we appreciate it, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you having me on.
Always our pleasure. There's some contractual stuff that I think is interesting for 2 players. Love your thoughts on it. We haven't had a chance to visit with you in a good bit. First is Alvin Kamara. His agent says he expects to be back this year. Saints went through this sort of rarely used restructure. You have a strong feeling one way or another what's going to happen there with Alvin?
I sure hope he's back. I haven't heard any inclinations from either side that would indicate that they're looking to move or he's looking to move him. So, there's a lot of smoke, makes you concerned. But honestly, I think it's a great opportunity for AK. I think you look at the growth of the offense. I think the addition of ETN will only help him be more efficient. I think the ask has been so high for these past few years. Just the amount of offense that has run through him. Now you kind of unload it and you can allow him to be his best without asking him to carry 50, 60% of the offense. So I hope everything's worked out and he's wearing the black and gold come the fall. And I think indications are that as of right now, that's the way it'll work.
The other is Chris Olave. Last week at OTAs, he said he's not going to hold out. but the expectation is they'll get a deal done before the season. John, I think the real question with Olave is, like, where does he slot? If you look at sort of the market value projections, they're looking to pay him like a top 5 receiver. If the Saints were going to do that, it feels like that would already be done, right? So where I kind of believe actions speak louder than words. Where do you think Olave falls in that sort of hierarchy of NFL receivers?
Boy, that's a tough read there, just because of health concerns. I think when Chris Olave is healthy, he's up there with the top 5. It's just a matter of availability, and that's been his biggest question mark his entire career. Is when he's available, when he's out there, he's tough to guard. He's a playmaker. You want him on your squad. The concerns come in when you're going to pay a guy like that. Are you getting all 17 games out of him, or are you concerned that we're not going to see the end of the season, or it fits in spurts? So I think that's one of the things that you're considering. I also look at Mickey Loomis's track record and Kai's track record of paying guys, and it's always on their timetable. So, as a player, you want to get things done. You want that security blanket, and that's not always offered. And it's been, it's not like New Orleans doesn't pay guys, but it certainly is on their timetable and not the players.
Well said. We saw this with Kamara a couple of years ago as well. Speaking of, John Stinchcomb is our guest. One quick follow up on the Olave situation. I guess, John, I look at it and I go, okay, if they thought Olave was a top 5, top 10 receiver in the NFL, then why use a top 10 pick on Jordan Tyson? Like the Bengals wouldn't, they have Jamar Chase, they wouldn't use a top 10 pick on a receiver. So what do you make of, if anything, does drafting Jordan Tyson top 10 speak to maybe their feeling on Olave?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the Bengals because of how they paid T. Higgins. And so I think in today's offense, you got to have 2 weapons, at least on the perimeter. And if you don't, the way teams can key in on a player and try to eliminate them, although there's some that, you just can't erase. But I think I think the more weapons you have, the better. I think bringing in a first-round talent at wide receiver was a priority in addition to Chris Olave. I think you take Olave off the board going forward in the future, not in 26, but in 27. And again, you're in that position where you're worried about having enough weapons. So I don't think that the indication of drafting a first round wide receiver says they're looking to move on from Olave. I think you're looking at it going, we need another field stretcher weapon that can complement one another. I think that the best offenses in the NFL have at least 2 weapons on the perimeter that make defenses scared. So I think it bodes well. I think that the more weapons you have, I know there's only one ball, there's a lot of mouths to feed, but I'd rather that be the issue than we only have one ball and we can only put it in one place. I think that's been a problem in the past and something that Kellen and company are looking to avoid.
Let's go into the trenches where we know David Edwards was the high-priced free agent at left guard. You shore up that spot. It's interesting that they drafted Wright in the 4th round out of Auburn. John, what's your take there as far as the future at that spot with Cesar Ruiz at the end of his contract, and you got a young buck there coming behind him?
Yeah, I think it only makes sense. I mean, obviously, Cesar, when he plays well, you're going, man, he could be a Pro Bowler. And then at times this past season, you're going, oof, wonder if that's a position that you could upgrade. So this season will dictate a lot of the direction moving forward. You can't have enough pieces. And when you can get a guard that you like his upside and Wright, having seen him play at Auburn at least a few games, got a lot of power. There's some rawness to his game, an edginess to his game that you like in the 4th round, and that, it projects as a potential starter. And at that point in the draft, especially for guard, that's what you're looking for. You're hoping that you don't need him that first year, but he's got enough pieces in his game that you think we can develop him and hopefully he's starter worthy down the road. And if you have to make a decision at the end of the year with Caesar, it gives you another position of strength to deal from. So hopefully he adds that depth. He's the interior swing player coming into the season. Still got Radens out there, so there should be some depth, and you hope that the complement of Edwards to the rest of the group with those ones allows you to run the ball efficiently and protect Shuck, which is your goal each season. So I like the moves that they made. I think it only strengthens a group that probably needed a little something based off this last season, and you've got two good young tackles and a center that, when he's healthy, he's top of the league. So I like their moves. I think it makes sense.
John, I got one more for you. You were there for the transition when Sean Payton came in. I'm just curious what it's like going into year 2 with a new coach. From obviously the Kellen Moore perspective, there was so much change a year ago, and now going into year 2, what's it like? How's it different?
I think you understand the expectations. Each new head coach comes in and is wanting an identity from his team, and you're trying to figure it out. In year 2, you know what it is, you know how to fit into it, and it's a matter of creating that identity in the locker room. And I think one of the challenges that DA faced was the expectation is we like what we've got, don't screw it up, try to make it a little better. And when Kellen came to town, it was, what do you need to make your system work? And I think with that kind of freedom, it allows you to create your own identity. And it's one that I think the entire organization has embraced, not only the players, but also management, of saying, what is it that we're trying to create here, and what pieces do we need in place to get there?
Former St. John Stinchcomb, great perspective as always. John, we appreciate the time, man. Enjoy the rest of the offseason. It'll be here before we know it.
I know it. I can't wait to actually watch some real football. Appreciate you having me on.
No doubt, man. That's John Stinchcomb. We appreciate it as always. It is After Further Review. Remind you about Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Mold remediation done right the first time. That's parishrestoration.com. Super easy. Go to the website, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. You fill out the form. They'll be in touch. They'll come give you a quote, what it'll cost to get your home, your office building, church, school, doctor's office, industrial facility, whatever it may be, dry fog, sanitize. Listen, we live in the mold capital of the world, y'all. It rains every day, and it's humid. It's wet and humid, breeding ground for mold. So if you have mold or think you might, Parish Restoration can help. Give them a buzz. Mold remediation done right the first time. Parishrestoration.com. Parishrestoration.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. John said something interesting there, because I was asking him about drafting Jordan Tyson when you already have Chris Olave. And the point I made, if you're Cincinnati, they wouldn't use the top 10 pick on a receiver when they've got Jamar Chase. And he pointed out that they paid T. Higgins, which is true. T. Higgins, so Jamar's average annual value contract is $40.2 million. And then Higgins is 28.7. So Jamar's second in the league, and the value. Well, actually, if we look at the average, let me just do it by average annual value. Jamar's 2, and then T. Higgins is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's JSN, Jamar, Justin, CeeDee Lamb, Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, then T. Higgins. When I look at it, though, I'm scanning to see if there's any other team that has 2 of the top paid receivers. Like JSN is now the highest paid receiver in the NFL. The next highest Seahawk is Shaheed at $17 million. Jefferson in Minnesota is the third highest paid receiver. The next highest paid Viking is Juwan Jennings at $8 million. Kind of go down the list. CeeDee Lamb, we got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. CeeDee's at 34, Pickens is at 27.2. So there's another one. Pittsburgh, there's DK Metcalf at $33 million. Next is Michael Pittman at 17.5. So it kind of feels like that's more the norm. If you have like the one high-paid receiver, then you'd have the other that's in that 17 to 20 million range. And maybe the way the Saints are going to look at it is Olave is the $30 million receiver, $30+ million receiver, and Tyson's going to be the $15 to $20 million receiver on a rookie deal. And by the time Olave's contract is up, Tyson will be due for an extension. Maybe Tyson becomes the $40 million, $50 million receiver, however it is at that time. But, Garrett Wilson's 32.5. The next Jets receiver on here is Omar Cooper, the rookie they just drafted. So, anyway, interesting. And Omar Cooper was a late first round pick. So, in any event, we'll continue to watch it, see what may happen with Chris Olave's contract. That's something they clearly want to sort out here, hopefully before training camp begins or before the season starts. All right, let me knock out a quick break. Tuesday show is powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll continue
after further review.
It is hot outside, which means it is time to call River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com. Hey, remember, at River City's 1 hour air, they'll come by. They'll give you the pre-season AC tune-up. Make sure you have this thing done. Listen, I've had to replace 2 AC units in my home. The main house unit and the one in our bedroom. The one in our bedroom, when we moved into the house, was the original unit. The house was built in 1997. And when we moved in the house 10 years ago, they told us, man, this thing could be on its last leg. Eric and I, made the decision, we're just going to do the seasonal maintenance. And if little issues pop up, we'll get it addressed, see if we can extend the life of the unit. We didn't have to replace it until last year. We made it another 9 years before we had to replace it. The advantage of seasonal maintenance. River City's 1 hour air.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient. And the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Ever wonder why cane sauce doesn't come in a pre-sealed packet? It's because it's made fresh inside every Raising Cane's every single day. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
As a business owner, you're always focused on how you can improve the bottom line. Well, when was the last time you shopped your insurance coverage? Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. If you're a business owner, let my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
So this was cool. Yesterday when the show ended, I left studio and jetted over to Traction where they had Canes Fest. So if you don't know Traction, the youth baseball league they have over there are the Traction Canes. And so they had Canes Fest, which basically is a celebration at the end of the season for the kids. And they have jumps and food. And the mom and dad maybe have a beer or a cold drink, something like that. And they give out awards and all that stuff. Well, Parrish was one of the sponsors of Canes Fest, Parrish Construction Roofing, parrishbuilt.com. And you might remember a couple of weeks ago, there was a video we posted. Terrio came to my house, went in my attic, and pulled out my old baseball cards, which are all worthless. I mean, I came up, as many of you know, if you're my age, I'm 43, in the junk wax era, when they printed so many of those cards to where they're not worth anything. Monetarily, I mean. And the whole sport card collectible industry has completely had a remake and a rebirth, and they are emphasizing things like scarcity with one-of-ones and autographs. Anyway, but Terrio wanted to get my attic and look. And I was like, bro, trust me, everything that I know is good was in this little case. It's in my office and whatever. And I got some good stuff. I mean, I've got some Whitey Fords, Cal Ripken rookies. I mean, nothing. Maybe the most valuable thing I have is an autographed Shaq rookie. It's worth probably about $500. Just none of it's worth anything because it was just a terrible era of baseball cards. But so anyway, Terrio took all this stuff to the Traction office, or the Parrish office. He's going through. I'm like, brother, listen to me. You are not going to find anything. I mean, I had everything organized in binders, in cases, by set. Numbered. I was so into this. Did they have card shows? Did you collect cards?
No.
Okay. Well, they used to have. I used to go to the card shows on the weekends. I was subscribed to Beckett. I mean, I was in it. In the hobby. Every card was cased, protected. I knew everything I had. So I tried to. I'm like, bro, you're not. There's nothing. He was hoping he'd find that one thing I missed. I'm like. It is. I'm telling you, it is not in there. It's not in there. I know everything I have. So he still wasted a whole bunch of time going through everything. Realized I had nothing in there. So I didn't even know they were doing this. Well, yesterday at Canes Fest, Reese and Demi, who were in our office, went and worked the Parrish table. They took all of my cards and brought in the binders and everything still, and just brought them there and let all the kids go through them and just take them. Which I don't care at all.
You're nothing,
they were sitting in my attic. They're worth nothing. But I'm going to tell you the weird thing is I got so much enjoyment out of watching these kids geek out over these cards. It was really super nostalgic. And I think a lot of people maybe you'd want to pass to your son. Well, I think most people know, Drew's my son's 12 and he doesn't understand any of this. He's a special needs kiddo. And I mean, that stuff would have just melted in my attic for decades. And it was so cool to see these kids flipping through the pages and just the enjoyment and the excitement of seeing a card or a name or a player. So I don't know, man, I got this weird, not weird, but maybe weird, but just this. It was a really cool, nostalgic moment to see all those young kids just going through my cards and being excited about it. Because I told Terry, I was throw them in the trash. I don't care. I don't want them. They're not, they're not worth anything. I don't care. So it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you see a little bit of your young self there, right? It's the excitement, the enjoyment that this brought to me can now bring it to somebody else, even though, like you said, you have nothing.
Some kid got some Moises Alou. He was fired.
Fired up about it, man.
Steve Sachs. somebody maybe pulled a big cat and Andres Galarraga.
What I like about that, though, is it teaches them about the game's past. Players that otherwise they probably wouldn't at all know about. But they read about him on a baseball card, look at his stats, and they're like, oh, Moises Alou. Like, that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah. Okay, Muse.
You don't think that's cool? I think that's cool.
I wonder if those kids are reading the stats. Do they put stats on the back of cards now?
I don't know.
Terrio keeps trying to get me back into the hobby.
I mean, they used to.
Oh, no, I know. But he is desperately trying to get me to re-engage. Like, he's going to buy these boxes of Bowman cards on drop days and these ripping packs, and he wants me to love it again. And I just don't. It's just not there for me. Like, and I'm going to tell you, honest to goodness, true story. You know, I am pretty ahead of the curve on a lot of things when it comes to, like, trends and like social media and stuff like that, because, like, I will try everything. Like, we're in a video studio because 12 years ago, whatever it was, took the Periscope app, opened it up on my phone, leaned it against a glass wall, and streamed video on my phone on the Periscope app, which begot our video, whole video strategy. Point is, like, 5 years ago, I knew cards were coming back, and I started to try to re-engage 5 years ago. And I just was like, I don't know. It's not in it. If my son loved it, then I'd probably be in it with him. But he just doesn't know and doesn't care. So I have no reason to care. And I just don't. Even as an investment. Like, I'd rather invest in other stuff. I don't like invest in oil wells and stuff.
That's a little bit better than baseball cards.
So, I mean, can be.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the
not a guarantee.
You get the right. No, you'd be surprised because they have all different types of technology where they can use
figure it out now.
Thermal sonar stuff. And
there is oil here.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
and the write-offs are incredible too. This is super boring right now. I know most people don't care, but the write-offs are amazing. Like, you can take 100% write-off if you invest in whatever. So that was good. The videos are up. You go to the traction, or not the traction. Go to the Paris social media. You see the videos of the kids like ripping through my cards. They literally printed a sign that said Matt Moscona's attic, and put it right there. It's like, all these cards, just take them. Like, yes, please take them. All right, it's after further review. You know what is valuable to some is cards, but a beautiful piece of jewelry from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. That transition, professional radio guy. LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Great time, man. Great time to go look at that beautiful diamond engagement ring. If you're thinking of popping the question, remember, you will never see a lab or man-made diamond in the case. Every single diamond at Lee Michaels comes from one of the finest diamond mines in the world. Every diamond hand-inspected by a family member before it goes in the case. Go have that Lee Michaels experience and thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. We've been dabbling throughout the show today with this. We've been dropping little sound bites from Verge in his interview with Jacques Doucet from WAFB. We talked in hour one about the future of scheduling. We talked about bringing Coach O back. Verge did talk. We played the soundbite quickly about the eligibility concerns with the basketball class. Play that one again, Muse, if you would. It's number 13 real quick.
Right now, I'm telling Will full force ahead. Go ahead, go get the players, do what you have to do, and then we'll take care of all those issues if there are some issues afterwards. But let's do that. We're within the rules right now, currently, and that's where we want to be.
I'm not sure I would say do what you have to do. That ain't a semantics argument here. But he's right except for the R.J. Lewis situation. And Yam Madar would be the two. Everyone else, he is right. Like, people can have an issue with international pros coming into the college game even at 21, 22 years old. Everybody does it. Like, it is legal. He's right. It is legal. So I have no problem with it. Now, the R.J. Lewis situation, that is illegal. There is a rule. He signed an NBA contract, a two-way contract. He is ineligible. And there is no scenario where I would be okay with with R.J. Lewis playing basketball for LSU this year. The NCAA changes the rule and makes him eligible, okay, but he signed a two-way contract. He's ineligible the same way Brendan Sorsby is ineligible at Texas Tech. I'm not turning on that one. Also interesting, Verge mentioned, as far as baseball, adding to Jay Johnson's staff for the portal.
People don't realize that when you go to a national championship, it's very hard the next year to repeat that because you lose a lot of the recruiting edge. Because you're preparing Omaha for 13, 14 days. Everybody has a head start, like the day the portal is open. So the teams that's playing in the regional and super regional, they're preparing for games, and here you are recruiting and going into the portal and those type of things. So there is an advantage. So we lose that a little bit. I think, Jay, we're going to help him get someone there to help him. So next time we play in the national championship, our recruiting doesn't slack off.
You know, I anytime you want to add a staff member that makes you incrementally better, I'm there for it. But I don't know that you can blame playing for the national championship on not making the postseason. There's a lot of circumstances. We've talked about it a bunch. And yes, there is a recruiting disadvantage of being in Omaha or playing through June while the portal's open. There is a recruiting disadvantage. Yes, there is. However, you missed. Period. You missed. You got a lot of portal guys you wanted. You were preseason 1 or 2 in the country. You missed. It's more about make sure you're doing the proper evaluations for these guys in the portal you're bringing in. We'll talk plenty about that here in the coming days and weeks. All right, it's After Further Review. Tuesday shows are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll knock out a final break of the show. Jimmy will be here for Auto Lock. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
Erica went to Clegg's yesterday, got home. She'd already planted some of those flowers, but I got a few waiting on me when I get home that I got to plant out in the patio pots outside. She also got the Aeon mosquito barrier. Tell you about it all the time. So she went, normally when we go to Clegg's, we'll go on a Saturday or Sunday, and it's me, Erica, and Drew. And we always put Drew in a wagon and push him around. And so Erica went, her mom watched Drew, and Erica went to Clegg's, the Clegg's on Segan by herself. And she's like, it's amazing. When Drew's not with us, I actually got to take my time and peruse. Like, I didn't know they sold this. This place is great. she found so many, because normally it's like get in, get out. I mean, if you got kids, you understand. You got young kids. Like, get in, get what you need, get out. But so she really enjoyed getting my Clegg's yesterday. Hey, look, the greenhouses are bursting with blooms. It's gorgeous. Get on by, load up, add that pop of color to the patio pots, your flower beds. Take care of your outdoor space. Beautify it. Clegg's can help. Buy local, shop local. Clegg's Nursery.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Tell you every day, better coverage for less money. And man, my friends over at Insurance Network of Louisiana are crushing it for Louisianians on their auto insurance right now. Listen, if you have not had anyone shop for your auto insurance lately, you got to call Insurance Network of Louisiana. My goodness. They got some top-rated companies, Geico, Progressive. They're doing awesome work right now. This was an amazing story that I heard. They wrote one last week, saved the client $2,911 annually. They had a high auto rate with State Farm. They smashed it with Geico. They had another one save $1,476 annually with Progressive. They had Allstate and switched. Y'all, I tell you all the time, if you're just auto-renewing your insurance, man, you're probably overpaying and you're underinsured. Let Insurance Network of Louisiana help. LAinsurance.net.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. One thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Otterlocks.
Otterlocks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter, what up?
What's going on, Matthew?
Let you hurry up and get back to that weed eating you got going on.
I just finished the edge, so I'm ready to cut in a second. So, yes. Yeah. Got it. Balance, man. Balance. Can't sit and watch TVs all day, all night. Come on, you know.
Good. So good. I don't know why, but it's so good. Anyway, all right, what are we looking at, man?
Oh, speaking of other Schlittler, let's go to the Yankees. Yankees and, you know, a lot of it's favorites. Win Cy Young, he's on fire. Let's go against him against the light-hitting Guardians. But it's too big of a price, so we're going to hook it up with one of the real unsung stars. Remember we talked about Milwaukee heating up? They had the most wins in Major League Baseball in May, and they got one of these rookies going tonight. He's like top 5 now in National League Cy Young. We'll parlay them together. It's like even money. I don't know what it is now.
Plus 102.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good. Going with the Orioles, not the best pitching matchup, but they're hitting the ball really well right now. The lineup is lighting up. We're going to take them plus money at the disappointing Boston Red Sox. Sorry, Musso there. How about this in Atlanta? Atlanta with the pitching match. That's a slight favorite. I don't know what the deal is, why they're slighting the Braves. We'll certainly take them at home against a much lighter team. So give us the Braves in a short number there.
Okay.
Not sure what that is.
Minus $1.19.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it was when I put it in with Hunt earlier today. Rays to bounce back. They dug themselves a 10-3 hole, lost 10-9 last night. We've been riding them a lot, but kind of picking our spots now. I like this spot to bounce back. They lost last night. They lost Sunday. They're hungry for a win. Still very good team. Very good pitching matchup. Pick the Rays minus 45.
That one is underway, and the Tigers put up a 2 spot in the top of the first. So if you take the Rays now, you're coming back at plus $1.36.
Man, what is going on? I Rays, yes, I would take them. I would still jump on them.
Okay.
Right now. And then the White Sox. I gave out the money line. I'm going to add the run line as well on the road here.
Okay.
Last 6 starts for Davis Martin for the White Sox. I mean, just over a run, an earned, 1 ERA in 6 starts. I mean, 6 earned runs total. It's just been really lights out for him. He's creeping up there in the AL Cy Young voting. I like them money line and the run line. And then Randy McKay. Checked in with him today. He's in Las Vegas, and he's the Golden Knights. He's on the Golden Knights in the money line, plus money, and the under 5.5.
Okay. So we got 5 baseball plays: Yankees, Brewers, moneyline parlay. At the Orioles, the Braves, the Rays, and then the White Sox, both on the money line and the run line. And then on the ice tonight, the Golden Knights and the under 5.5. All right, where are we tomorrow, Otter?
No seafood and steak tomorrow.
Let's go. Right
Airline
there.
Highway 74. Good luck.
He's cranking up the wheel. His walk off was to crank up the mower.
That's how you win Yard of the Month as many times as Jimmy has. That's how, right there.
What an idiot. Hey, why is he so good?
Oh, man.
Good luck! Oh, man. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. Oh, man. Man, I went by Shaw Bills today on Burbank. Got to sit down and visit with Danny and some of the staff over there at Shaw Bills on Burbank. Started letting you hear from some of those guys. I've told you for years about Shaw Bills and how they do such an amazing job and how they're so customer focused. Listen, when you sell tires, man, it's a commodity. You can buy this, a Bridgestone's a Bridgestone, a Firestone's a Firestone. You can get it anywhere. So why do you go to Shaw Bills? Well, they're going to sell you the name brand tires at wholesale prices. They're going to work hard to get you the best price. And when you're there, they're so customer oriented. So you have a great customer service experience. So, man, you'll come back forever. It's that lifetime value. It's Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for us as we get on down the road, man. Big thanks to Little Rock head baseball coach Chris Curry, who was with us last hour as they punched their ticket now to the Supers. They'll take on Troy. John Stinchcomb was here earlier this hour. Remember, if you miss anything, AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. You can catch it on demand. Muse Pauly, thanks y'all. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, get to remind you about Rouse's. Oh, it's Tuesday. $5 sushi every Tuesday over at Rouse's. So if you're heading home and you're thinking, I'm not going to cook tonight, pop on into Rouse's, man. Rouse's always has great stuff over in their hot and boiled kiosk. They got the hot bar as well every day if you're looking for dinner. So many amazing options over at Rouse's. And always got a little something going on as far as sales and specials. June is National Dairy Month, so they got great deals going on right now. Challenge butter, only $3.99 for 16-ounce quarters. Starbucks creamer or natural bliss creamer, just $4.99. That's for the 32-ounce bottles of it. Check it out over at any of the Rouse's locations. That's 72 of them now. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. The official supermarket of the Saints, it's Rouse's. This feels like home.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.